Answers sometimes feel so good to receive, don't they? You have been working and searching for so long, and then, it's there. They can bring us calmness and peace, clarity and comfort, or joy and a sense of satisfaction. It's the pursuit for answers that can sometimes get frustrating and just frankly exhausting. Well, the Toddcast is a place that maybe you can glean some nuggets of perspective that can easily apply to you in your position here at Joe Bullard, your home life, your marriage, your relationship with your child, or just somewhere in your everyday life. Remember, as our friend Andy Andrews says, the quality of your answers are only determined by the quality of your questions. Come alongside Todd and I as we explore topics that might not be what you're expecting. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Toddcast. It is exciting to be with you this morning. We are recording in the morning.
Yes.
But it is thinking about today, the point of this is to really just kind of bounce something off of you, Todd, that you don't know is coming. And today I thought what's kind of been on my mind is really something personal that I've been struggling with in a way. And so I want to, maybe this is a little bit of me trying to get my own answers, and y'all can maybe, whoever watches this can get some benefit from it. But last week I asked for prayer on something in my life, and so it's I haven't gotten all the answers yet, so I'm continuing prayer.
Sure.
But I feel like I'm in a place right now where I'm just, if I'm being dead honest, I feel like I'm just not as hungry for the Lord. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm not like, there's times in my life where I wake up in the morning and I can't wait to get to His Word or get to, that solitude time where, you really feel like you're kind of sitting on a couch next to Jesus. Like that.
Right.
There are times in my life where that is, has been, present. I would say right now, I feel like I wake up and I'm running towards whatever task or whatever excites me material-wise or in my life, or what am I chasing goal-wise, but not necessarily in my spiritual life. So I propose it to you, kind of as a selfish question for me, but help me. What do you say to that? And so my prayer's been for hunger, Lord. I pray for hunger. And so I'll kick that to you.
Well, I think our relationship with God is like any other relationship, in that there are times that when you're a parent, where you see your child and it is like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing. And then there are times you see your child and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to strangle them, right?
Total failure.
Yeah, right, yeah. I mean, there are times that you are excited about that relationship with your child, and it's, and it's fresh, and then, you can't wait to go do things with them or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then there are times where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm just ready for them to get out of the house.
Yeah, they're pain.
Yeah, right. And so, and then, think about your spouse. There are times that you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I am so blessed. I love my spouse. I mean, this is exciting. We've got all this great stuff happening. And the times that you're like, oh my gosh, just get us through the day without killing one another. I say that half-heartedly. Yeah. Obviously, don't go killing your spouse. But the thing is that's the natural flow of relationships, right? That they ebb and flow, and so of course that's going to happen in your relationship with God. So the first thing I would say to you is that it's natural and normal not to always be in your feels about your relationship with God. The other thing I would say is that we live in a world full of distractions and idols that become more attractive at times. And they get in the way of our relationship with the Lord. And then the third thing I would say about it is that we have a real enemy that wants to supplant that relationship with the Lord with other things. So we're battling natural relationship dynamics. We're battling a world full of idols and distractions, and we have an enemy that likes to leverage those things to keep us from God. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure, absolutely.
So I mean, we're up against it. I mean, so you have to fight for that relationship. But it's like any good relationship. You have to fight for that relationship with your kids. You have to fight for that relationship with your spouse. It doesn't just happen naturally. You have to work at it. Any good relationship requires work. I tell people all the time that your two hardest things you'll ever do is be married and be a parent, right? Those are the two hardest things you'll ever do. But similarly, that relationship with God is the same way. And so there are ebbs and flows to that relationship. There are distractions that get in the way, but we have to fight for that relationship. Mm-hmm. And there are times that, so ancient writers called it the dark night of the soul, where you're just like, God, I don't know where you are. This is horrible. I'm going through all this crap. I mean, I don't feel you. I don't sense you. I don't see you. It's like you're just shrouded in, you can't see. It's just darkness all around you. And so, the dark night of the soul is where you're like, oh my gosh, Lord, show up. You've just got to show up here.
Yeah.
But I think that God can leverage even that for deeper relationship. So you're not going to have a deep relationship with your child or with your spouse if there are not moments where you have to struggle through that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you compare it to a team like an athletic team analogy.
Exactly.
I mean, conditioning is no one loves conditioning.
No,
but it's part of the process, and it does create. It does lead to joyful moments.
Yes, it increases your not only your ability, but it also increases. As you go through it as a team, it increases your cohesiveness as a team, right? I mean, there are a lot of benefits from it, even though it just absolutely sucks. So there's a truth of that we go through these waning moments, these tough times in our relationships. Mm-hmm. That's where the work gets done.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense? And so I think that's true in our relationship with God. When we're on the mountaintop, it's easy. When you're out at the ranch, and you're like, hey, God's awesome. Yeah, you're like, this is the best. Yeah. But if
2 hour quiet times.
Right, exactly. But if we stayed there, we would never grow.
Somebody said when I was out there actually speaking of this, we're not designed to live on the mountaintop.
No, right.
And we're not designed to live on the mountain.
That's exactly right. And so there are going to be valleys, but what do you do in that valley? Mm-hmm. Which I think is the second part to the question is you just keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah. So I'm a practical guy, and if some of my Bible study guys were here right now, they'd be like, all right, Ty needs to know the step 1, step 2, step 3. Right. So tell me practically.
Well, you tell me.
Okay.
You tell me. I mean, because I could give you the answers, but
as far as practically how do
you do relationship? How do you spark
the ultimate? Going back to you. It's going to be hard, and you got to put effort. You've got to show effort, some intentionality.
Yes.
So, I think something very easily practical is that this little thing.
Yep.
Y'all see this little thing? I don't know if y'all struggle with this little thing like I do, but this little thing, it sits like this close to me. Somebody said the other day, 98% of your life, your phone's within 3 feet of you, or something like that. Yeah, maybe that may be light. I don't know. So I think practically something I can do is I charge my phone next to my bed, which I wish I need to charge my phone
somewhere else
in the laundry room because there's a charger. We have a charger port thing there. And I think if I did not start my morning by picking this up, not even just, it's like such a habit. I think that's just it. The answer is I got to carve out more time. I need more time.
And it's not just time though, Ty. It's so you can give you can give Johanna time, but does she want just time?
No,
right? She wants you in that time quality to be focused on quality time.
She wants to feel number one in that time.
Exactly. And so it's there's a difference between I'm getting through my devotion today, or I'm praying real
checking
quick,
the box,
and then just really investing into that relationship. And so it's not just time; it has to be. You use the word intentionality. Mm-hmm. It has to be intentional about the space, about the quiet, about every part of it.
That's what they teach you out there. You got to have a time, you got to have a space, and you got to have a little bit of a not a program, but a little bit of
a plan. You have to have a plan.
You got to have a space, a place, and a plan.
And a plan. And you have to. And silence is a big part of that. And I think that we just don't give ourselves enough space to be silent. And so one of the things that I encourage people to do, and by the way, you can look this up on AI now as your friend. Do breath work. Yeah. Or I've used Grok.
Yeah.
But say, hey, I'm give me a transition into my quiet time using breath work. And it'll spit it out. 5 seconds.
So you do that?
Oh, yeah.
So you talk in the little machine?
Oh, yeah. Well, I type.
Yeah, type or whatever.
It comes from my accent. It'll be like, I don't know what you just said. But
But you do it, it'll spit it out.
Oh, yeah, it'll be
interesting how
so
AI comes in.
4 seconds in,
spiritual
4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out. So the box prayer or an 8-second breathe or whatever. So it'll do a little thing, and then you can transition your breath and slow down, and then do a little meditation. And then
you do a pretty good amount of breath work?
Yeah, daily.
Dang. I know. I've done it. The times I've done it, it's been amazing. And it's so dumb. It's like you find these things that are amazing and you just don't do them. Like we're so habitual.
But why don't we do them?
Because I hadn't put enough effort. I mean,
because we're not intentional.
Yeah, we're not
we don't
intentional
create the
about
space
it.
for it, right?
Yeah,
So
that's exactly why. Dang, that's pretty good practical tips. I didn't think about using AI. Like, that's an interesting question.
Oh, yeah.
How's AI? How have you seen AI affect people's spiritual relationships?
Oh gosh, yeah, that could be a 40-minute discussion.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it's coming. Well, hopefully that was helpful. I don't know if it was to you, but it was helpful to me, which is why I kind of selfishly asked the question. So, but I also think praying, like really praying about it consistently,
for sure.
And that's where I fall off.
Keep showing up.
Yeah, keep showing up.
Keep showing up. You're not going to always see advances in the gym, or if you're a runner, you're not. There are going to be days that running it's awful.
Yeah.
But you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's an accumulation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was helpful, Todd.
Yeah.
Thank you. See,
Yes,
I mean, look how quickly you respond with answers. You didn't even know the question. Guys, thank you for tuning in to Toddcast. Always a privilege to bring this to you. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you get something out of it. And until next time.